On air and streaming on KARE 11 Plus. I'm Jason Hackett. Time now 6:01. Going to get to all those headlines in just a minute. But first, let's get to John in the backyard because we are anticipating a little light mix coming in just a few hours, John.
Yeah, we're tracking a little light snow right now. Just worked through Bemidji. It's coming into Brainerd Lakes and Alexandria. It's not a lot, but if the timing is bad, well, then we can always see some slick roads for your morning. I think mainly central Minnesota here if you're just waking up with us. So let's get out there. Temperatures also warming up. Got a lot of stories here. How about 27 degrees warmer in Bemidji? Now we're warmer here, but we've got a wind to actually warm us up and accompany the warmth. So that's why temperatures are warming. We're at 19. Temperatures yesterday hanging around 0. So much better outside as you're stepping outside. And you can see the volatility and why it happens. Strong south wind before the clipper, strong north wind after the clipper. And that all happens within 12 hours. So the winds will be shifting during the day. And as they shift, well, here's a little snow on the cold front. Now, there's going to be a little more near the low pressure center up north, but we're tracking that right now. You can see it coming through Bemidji, about to roll into Alexandria. Also a little mix here south of 94. So we'll time that out for you in your forecast. Coming up, Cece, fine now.
Yeah, good morning. Fine right now. Hopefully that ice does wait out the morning drive because we don't need another thing to slow anything down out there. Things look great right now, though, like John mentioned. All green out there. Not seeing a single crash this morning, which is similar to this time yesterday. I do want to give you a heads up, though. This is a live look on 394. There were a lot of headaches on 394 yesterday with that construction project starting up on eastbound and westbound sides. Right now, things are great. You should have an okay commute in this area before 6:30, but after that, things get a little dicey. So I'll talk about the project again and then tell you some workarounds just after 6:15.
All right, Cece, we will talk to you soon. Thank you very much. We are monitoring some breaking news in Superior, Wisconsin. Take a look at this video. Flames bursting out of the Superior and Sage Hotel overnight. That's just off of 535 in downtown. Several departments are still on scene at this hour. Right now, we don't know what started it. Our news partners on scene saw people getting treated for smoke inhalation. 20 people were taken to a different hotel. Turning now to developing stories spanning two cities. The Minnesota BCA is investigating after police shot and killed a double homicide suspect in Brooklyn Center. All of this starting at a home in Minneapolis where investigators say 2 people, including a teenager, are now dead. Audrey Russo joins us now from Brooklyn Center where law enforcement encountered the suspect in a deadly shootout. Audrey.
Yeah, this is really where the whole ordeal ended at this IHOP behind me. You can see the windows boarded up, busted out. The Minnesota BCA said officers shot and killed a man waving a gun around last night. But the story started in jail with that suspect making bail, getting released, and then immediately shooting and killing his 2 cousins in Minneapolis. That's according to MPD. Now, they say he spent the week in jail charged with possessing an illegally modified handgun. Police say when the suspect got released, he went to this Irving Avenue North home and opened fire. Investigators suspect he targeted his cousins because he believed they were involved in his arrest last week. Those cousins were 23 and 14 years old. So now the next question is what caused the suspect to come here to this IHOP where he was, again, shot and killed by officers. That's something that both the Minnesota BCA and local police will have to piece together in the coming days and weeks. Back to you.
Audrey Russo reporting live. Thank you so much. In just a few hours, families of the Annunciation Church shooting victims will stand alongside Governor Walz as he announces new legislation focused on gun violence prevention. Megan McPherson joins us live from the Capitol with a look ahead. Megan, good morning.
Jason, good morning. Yeah, the governor's announcement comes almost 6 months after the devastating shooting at Annunciation Catholic Church. And here outside the Capitol steps this morning, take a look. Annunciation parents have installed 60 empty desks. They will be on display through Thursday, and these desks represent the more than 200 Minnesota children killed by gun violence in the last 5 years. Today, lawmakers will hear directly from parents of the shooting victims and from an emergency room doctor who treated many of them. They're speaking in support of a proposed statewide ban on assault weapons and large capacity magazines introduced by DFL Representative Emma Greenman. The Minnesota House Public Safety Committee will also consider both measures this afternoon. And meanwhile, Republican lawmakers will roll out alternative school safety proposals in the Minnesota House Education Policy Committee today as well. And with the House evenly split between the DFL and the Republicans, some of the votes in these committee meetings could end up deadlocked. So we'll talk about that a little bit further coming up in about 30 minutes. Jason?
Megan McPherson reporting live from the Capitol. Thank you so much. This morning, it looks like flights to and from Puerto Vallarta are resuming after multiple airlines canceled service to the tourist city. Right now at MSP, it looks like one arriving and one departing flight to the city are scheduled to be on time. Those disruptions happened after the Mexican army killed a powerful cartel leader, sparking unrest across the country. This morning, we're learning at least 70 people died in the attempt to capture the cartel leader known as El Mencho. Nearly 2,500 army troops have been deployed to the state of Jalisco to maintain order. Videos out of Puerto Vallarta yesterday showed a calmer scene, but many tourists, including one from Minnesota, say the city is mostly burned and destroyed.
You would think we're in like this war-torn, like what's going on. It definitely looked like that. My husband, I was saying again, I'm like, it's kind of like the calm after the storm. People are like, hey, it has that kind of feel with people, just being helpful.
The U.S. Embassy is still asking U.S. citizens in Puerto Vallarta to shelter in place. Time now 6:07. We are live from our nation's capital as the sun comes up this morning, where tonight President Trump will give the first State of the Union address of his second term. So here's what we know about the speech. The president told reporters yesterday it will be long, saying there is a lot to talk about. He's expected to touch on immigration operations, including here in Minnesota, as well as tariffs and the economy. Democrats, meanwhile, have tapped Virginia Governor Abigail Spanberger to deliver the party's response to the address. Now, back here at home, several local officials plan on responding to the president's address. In just a few hours, Minnesota House Democrats will hold a press conference ahead of Trump's speech. And then at 6 o'clock, Mayor Jacob Frey and Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson will speak at a rebuttal event called the State of the Swamp. Senator Tina Smith says she's planning on boycotting the speech and will attend a rally on the National Mall tonight instead.